Across the planet, there are said to be around 175 country tripoints. That's places on Earth where three countries meet physically. Some examples are Argentina, Bolivia and Chile, Austria, Germany, and the Czech Republic, or here where Mali, Mauritania, and Senegal meet. Some countries also have multiple tripoints, as the same three countries share a border meeting point in two or more places, like Andorra, Spain, and France, where you have the east and west side of Andorra, which is landlocked by the two other countries. But what about country quadripoints, which, as the word suggests, is a point on Earth where four countries meet? Well, this number is significantly lower than that of the amount of points where three countries meet, as there is only one on Earth. Now, if you've seen the thumbnail, you already know where this point is. If not, then it is here on the border of these four African countries. That is Botswana, Namibia, Zambia, and Zimbabwe. The four countries meet at this exact point within the Zambezi River, which at 2,500 kilometers long is the fourth longest in Africa. Now, if you're a bit of a perfectionist, or you have the eye of an eagle, you might have noticed something special about this image, something that technically speaking makes this point actually not a quadripoint. Well, if you go by exact measurements, this technically isn't a quadripoint, as the border between Namibia and Botswana meets Zambia here, around 100 or so meters west of the exact border with Zimbabwe. For it to be an absolute perfect quadripoint, their borders would all need to meet like this. If you go by this measurement, then it is actually two tripoints rather than a single quadripoint. There is actually a large bridge here called the Kazungula Bridge, which connects Zambia and Botswana. Before this bridge was built, it was possible when the water was low enough to stand at the exact point where the four countries met. However, due to the construction of the bridge, this is no longer possible. Even though this isn't an exact point on Earth where the four countries meet, it is still generally accepted that it is a quadripoint, as it's the general area where the countries meet. Another example of a quadripoint, but not for countries and instead states, is the four-corner tourist attraction in the US. Here at this exact point is where four different states meet, being Colorado, Utah, Arizona, and New Mexico. Throughout time, other country quadripoints have existed, like the Cameroon, Chad, Nigeria, United Kingdom 1. This quadripoint existed for around 8 months in Lake Chad, at the location of the present Cameroon, Chad, Nigeria tripoint. The point then ceased to exist, when what was known as British Cameroon merged into modern-day Nigeria in June of 1961. Now there is a point on Earth which could be described as an octopoint. That's a point where 8 different countries meet physically. Now, do you have any idea where I'm talking about? Well, I'll give you a clue. No one owns this part of the world, nor will they ever be allowed to. It's a place where countries lay claim, but don't officially own. It is the South Pole. So here at this point is where 8 different countries' territorial claims meet. Those 8 countries being the UK, Argentina, Norway, Australia, France, New Zealand, and Chile. It's a bit of a messy situation, as no one actually owns any of part of this land, and there are disputes such as those involving the UK, Chile, and Argentina. France also lays claim to this slice in between Australia's big chunk, who, by the way, lays claim to the largest area out of all 8 countries. But anyway, would you class the Botswana, Namibia, Zambia, and Zimbabwe quadripoint as an official quadripoint or not? Let me know your thoughts below. Subscribe for more geography content, and as always, thank you so much for watching.